and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Ailey. In today's video we're going to be talking about this expensive ass eyebrow pencil. So if you want to see more on this, just keep watching. Okay, so I was really skeptical about this, and if I hadn't gotten money for my birthday I probably wouldn't have bought it. This is the new Brow Contour Pro from Benefit, and anybody who grew up when I grew up, I think some people that are younger still remember this too. If you remember the pens with the cool, I wonder, I probably still got one somewhere actually. But the pens with the blue, the red and the green, and I can't remember what other colour it was, probably black. Little pushy downy things at the top. This is obviously what this is based on. So basically in this pen, which is massive by the way, I mean look at the size of that. So in this pen, basically what you get is you get a dark brow shade, you get a lighter brow shade, you get a highlighter shade, and you get a sort of definer concealer type shade. So basically what you do is, you've probably seen this a million times by now, it's probably been all over YouTube already, but you push down the little doodah that you want, and then it's the pen that comes out is a plastic tip. And then inside it is the product. You can see there the product just sticking out the top a little bit and the little plastic bit covering up the brow product. So in order to get that out, you just twist the pen. I don't want to do it too much because you can't actually click it back down again once it's clicked up, so be careful with that. But we're going to try this out today. I have used this once already. I used it on Saturday, just past, when I went out for my birthday. Okay, so my camera died and I can't actually remember what I was saying. Well, it didn't die, the card ended up full. But anyway, so I got this in the shade Brown Medium. Basically what brown medium means is it's brown in eyebrow shade and medium in skin tone. So they have a blonde light, brown medium, and then I think it's brown black dark. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that that's what it is. So it does kind of make sense, but it doesn't leave a massive amount because I think that the light ones are very, very light. That's why I went for medium. Although I would say I'm a light medium skin tone. I wouldn't say that I'm a medium skin tone. So I think from the darker skin tones to the medium skin tones, there's quite a bit of a gap. But then, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not like you're doing a huge amount of your face. You are just doing a little bit around your eyebrows. So what I thought I would do is I'll just swatch on my hand. So I have the highlighter shade, I have the definer shade, the lighter brown shade for the eyebrow, and the darker brown shade for the eyebrow. Like I say, it doesn't really mean much it being on the back of my hand because it needs to go on my eyebrows at the end of the day. The one thing I would say is this is quite a difficult pen to maneuver, but it's not bad. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take the lighter shade, just because I think that for mapping out my brows and stuff like that, I find it a little bit easier to do it with the lighter shade, just in case I mess up. It's easier to sort of rub away. So I've selected that and I've just twisted it up a little bit, and I tend to start sort of like in the body of my eyebrow, and I always tend to start on this one or start on that one and switch to this one, just because this is my fuller brow and this is the one that I dictate the shape that I end up putting my brows into. I'm talking and not an awful lot of what's coming out of my mouth is making sense today, so I apologise for that. So the one thing I will say is the pens in this, or the pencils, whatever you want to call them, are very, very soft. I have never tried the Precisely My Brow. I have the brow definer. I didn't like it because it's just way, way too big for my eyebrows. But it does feel like a similar formula. It's very, very, like, you just have to sort of be very, very gentle and it will come off. You don't have to use a lot of pressure with it or anything like that, which is good and bad because you feel like you kind of use a lot of product. The other thing that I would say with it as well is I don't like the fact that it doesn't have a spoolie, but then where would you put the spoolie, to be fair? Okay, so I'm going to take the darker shade now. Oh crap, I forgot I wound that up already. And I'm just going to go underneath and do a line underneath each eyebrow. Now my eyebrows are really crooked. This one is a completely different shape from this one. It's irritating as hell. This one is so much fuller. I wish that this one would just catch up. But this one sits higher as well. You can probably see that this one, I kind of look like I'm doing that a lot and it drives me insane. So I do try and compensate for it, but because this brow does sit lower, I don't know, maybe it's because the muscle doesn't, it pulls this one down more, I don't know. It may not be just the fact of the placement of my eyebrow, but we're not going to go into that. It makes my life difficult, let's just put it that way. So I try and match them as best I can, but no comments on my crooked eyebrows because I was born with them. I don't draw them in like that. Okay, so that is pretty much where I think I'm going to stop. It's not easy to use, I will say that. Me having crooked eyebrows doesn't help, but I will say if you are not very good at doing your eyebrows, you might not like this. Right, we're going to take the definer, which is something I very rarely do, and that's one of the reasons why I was holding off from getting this. There isn't really much to say about that. I would say it's a little bit dry, but apart from that, there's nothing really wrong with it. And then the highlighter, I'm just going to try this a little bit. I don't like these. Generally, I prefer to highlight with like whatever eyeshadow I want to highlight with. Yeah, I'm not really a massive fan of that just purely because it doesn't really highlight. It kind of is quite dry and more like just a lighter version of the definer. So I would say you kind of get two definer shades rather than like a highlighter shade. Okay, so my thoughts. This is not beginner friendly. I'm not sure if I like the formula of the stuff that's in it because I do think that you don't get hair-like strokes. I mean, maybe some people can get hair-like strokes. I can't. I do think I'm reasonably good at doing my eyebrows by this point, but yeah, I find it leaves a really nice finish, but it's not easy. My eyebrows are two different shapes. They're always two different shapes. I love them for what they are now, but this didn't make my life any easier. If I'm going to use a pencil, I would normally use the Max Factor Brow Shaper. This is a complete and utter dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz. It's just a lot less expensive. It's got the tiniest little tip on it, and it's finished just now, but if I compare it, it is just slightly thinner than the Brow Definer. So, is it the Brow Definer? Sorry, the Brow Contour Pro. I don't know how I feel about this. I do like it. I will continue to use it. Do I think it's worth, what was it, £29, £39? I can't remember. I don't think so. I'll put how much it cost on the screen, but I don't think that it's worth that much. I think that it's a wee bit of a novelty. It is, if you do all of these steps, it is handy. It's handy because it's got two shades of brown in it, which I do like because I like to keep the lighter shade kind of towards the front and focus the darker more on the back and just in like the little bits that I need it. But I like it. I don't love it. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to say that it's the best thing that ever happened. I know a lot of people are going like crazy over this, thinking it's like the best thing since sliced bread. I just don't think it's that ridiculously great. I mean, if it was really cheap, fair enough, but you're paying for it, and I think you're paying for the novelty more than anything else, and it's a little bit more awkward. And I find when you're going in to do it, you probably see by the tip's a little bit dirty because you bump with the tip and stuff like that. So I don't know, you might like it, but I wouldn't say run out and buy it. I don't think it's revolutionary. I think that their other brow stuff is just as good. You could get the Precisely My Brow or the Ka-Brow and you would be just as good to go. I think that this is just a little bit overhyped and a little bit overpriced. But I still love Benefit and I still love their products. I still will use their products. And I still will use this obviously as well. But yeah, I don't think that I think it's a little overhyped. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I'm not going to bother going away and finishing the rest of my makeup because I think you've seen everything that you need to see in this video. I am currently testing out Benefit's foundation, Hello Happy. Is it Hello Happy? Yep, Hello Happy just now. If you haven't seen that video already, I'll link it up here for you so you can go and check it out. But I think that is pretty much it for this video. So if you enjoyed it, I would love if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I do post videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, so hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!